We are expecting House Speaker Mike Johnson and former President Trump to speak at Mar-a-Lago any minute now with remarks they are billing as an announcement on election integrity. We are going to keep a close eye on those remarks. We'll bring you any news as it happens. But before they speak, we do want to get a few facts straight on what Johnson and Trump are expected to say on the topic of election integrity. The former president has remained fixated on debunked conspiracy theories tied to his 2020 election loss as he tries to sow doubt about the 2024 election. Speaker Johnson has signaled they might bring up legislation focused on preventing non-citizens from voting. But look, Congress has already made non-citizen voting in federal elections illegal in 1996. And according to voting records, multiple studies and audits, there isn't evidence of any widespread violation of that law. Joining me now is my colleague, Timm. She covers elections and voting laws for us. Jane, thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. So what do we know about this announcement? They are supposed to announce proposed new legislation that would prevent non-citizens from voting. But again, that's incredibly rare, right?
Yeah, non-citizen voting really does not happen in any large numbers. When we know that it's happened in the past in very rare and isolated cases, it's usually a mistake or a misunderstanding. And I think it's important to actually point out why. You know, when you vote and when you register to vote, you create a paper trail that's part of the public record that election officials are required to review by law, where there's a record of the crime. And the reward, if you will, is one ballot. And as you said, many groups have looked into this and searched for non-citizen voters. There's prosecutors who have looked into this and prosecuted sort of the handful of cases because these are, again, really easy to catch in that there's a public record paper trail. But it just doesn't really happen. When there's cases that it's happened, it's either like people who have naturalized but haven't actually sworn in as a new citizen and went to register to vote out of excitement. This is not something where you see in any widespread way.
So, Jane, I guess a couple of questions just to follow up. Do you expect that former President Trump will reiterate his fraud claims about the 2020 election? And what's the fact check there that people should keep in mind if they do hear that?
Yeah, there is no evidence of widespread fraud in 2020. I feel like I've said this many, many times, but just about every relevant government agency, non-government agency, Trump's lawyer has looked into this and found no evidence. And I think it's important to note that Trump started saying this fraud was going to happen before he lost the election. He also said it about the election he won in 2016. He said non-citizen voters had caused him to lose the popular vote back in 2016. He put together a presidential commission, didn't find fraud then. They're not going to find fraud now because fraud happens really rare, isolated instances. It does not typically change the outcome of a presidential election. At least it's never happened yet.
Yeah, Chris Krebs, who's, of course, the top election security expert, called it the most secure election in American history. Jane, just before I let you go, you talk to election officials all the time, all over the country. What are they telling you about the 2024 election? Do they have concerns about the security of the election? And do they have concerns about some of the rhetoric that we're hearing around the election?
You know, election officials try really hard to explain the processes to voters that have doubts because they think that if you understood the process, you'd understand why fraud is so hard to do. Because there are all these mechanisms to make sure that only eligible voters cast ballots in the U.S. But the fraud talk very much affects their daily experience. I've talked to officials who said they get questioned at the Thanksgiving dinner table by their own family members who, they fear for their safety. Sometimes I've heard people getting security systems or security guards. These are people who very much do this because they believe in American democracy, but voter fraud talk absolutely affects them. It hurts them. It's one of the issues that is driving election officials from their jobs at higher rates than we've ever seen before.
That's fascinating. All right, Timm, great reporting as always. Thank you so much. Great to see you on this Friday.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.